This week on TNA Xplosion, Gia Miller goes around the ring with Spitfire's Lars Frederiksen, the punk rock legend from the band Rancid. Plus, the Don West, you've got to be kidding me, top 5 trending topics of the week. In case you missed it, and our main event, we'll see newcomers Sinner and Saint facing the Good Hands in tag team action. But first, TNA Plus presents From the Vault. Xplosion starts now.
I'm watching the body language of Kurt Angle right here, and it's everything he's trying right now to get an edge on Yuji Nagata. It seems like Nagata's got an answer for. And look right here, you mentioned about their similarities in their amateur wrestling background. It's so obvious right here as you see them just trading back and forth. They have a counter for each other on everything.
Off the standing switch, you see that Angle tries to seize the arm, but he's countered. He's reversed by Nagata, but Angle unleashes with the forearm shots, and there's those kicks that we talked about, directed at the leg, at the knee of the champ Kurt Angle.
Well, you mentioned how Angle's going to use the punches and Nagata's going to use the kicks, and that was an example. And, wow, look at right there, the somersault, but Kurt Angle was ready for it, and he grabbed it in midair.
Oh, back to the suplex. Again, overhead release, and Angle immediately takes control. Quick pin attempt. Hattori down and barely a 1 count on the shoulders of the challenger Nagata.
Well, that's Nagata's way of sending the message that not even close at this point, but oh, nice uppercut right there by Kurt Angle. He's going to try to establish, I think, that he's more physical, more powerful, but wow, Nagata has a counter for everything.
Point of the elbow on target. It decks Angle, and you see that Nagata goes right back to the move here where he's going to try and keep his opponent neutralized, not allow Angle to get up in the process, just wear him down.
Well, we heard Kurt Angle earlier on. He said somebody's going to tap out tonight, and it's not going to be him. And this is a situation where Yuji Nagata, if there's any way that he wants to beat Kurt Angle, you know he wants to make him tap out.
And how about Yuji Nagata referring to the IWGP title, that third belt that Angle holds, as not the real championship, and we see Angle immediately take out the legs of Yuji Nagata, think down the line. That has to be a move where he's going to try and set up an eventual ankle lock submission.
Well, he's also seen how strong the kicks are and the legs are of Yuji Nagata. I mean, that's where he wants to go. That's the power of Nagata, and that's the legs. And look at him come right out. Again, the kick right at the legs, one shot after another. He knows that's what he's got to take out.
Yeah, the politics behind this championship belt, where Angle defeated Brock Lesnar, even to the point where New Japan Pro Wrestling now has an interim IWGP heavyweight champion. Oh, Angle back to the offensive, and after the kicks, he drops down and then grapevines the leg.
Again, he's being relentless right there. You see the elbow right there behind the knee, applying the pressure. You see the ankle of Nagata wrapped around the leg. And now look at this. You see Kurt Angle right now trying to get in that ankle again to try to set it up, and he's keeping Nagata off balance.
Angle using his balance at this point. Nagata tries to use the free leg to counter, to power off, and that time he was successful.
He did. He just took one shot after another, but look at how he's favoring that left leg. You can see Nagata favoring that left knee, and he's putting it into it again.
Well, Kurt Angle recently seconded by the Destroyer for a match in Japan, and the masked legend in the Orient added this figure 4 leg lock to the arsenal of Kurt Angle. It's doubly effective for Kurt. It acts as a submission hold and also wears down Nagata's legs in anticipation of the ankle lock.
Look at how Nagata is using that hand, grabbing the shoe of Kurt Angle and just pulling up on it, picking it up and doing everything he can to turn Kurt Angle over. And he's so close, but Kurt Angle turns him back.
Battle of leg strength, and just when it looked like Nagata was going to be able to counter and reverse and turn him, Angle turns it right back around and takes control.
Look at how Kurt Angle is just pulling on that foot of Yuji Nagata, and you can hear the crowd behind Nagata so strongly here. But Kurt Angle knows he's cinched in, and he's pulling back on it, and the pain has got to be immense right now. You can see it in Yuji's face. Look at that determination. And again, he's turning him over. He's so close to getting Kurt Angle over, and he's fighting it. Kurt just fighting with everything that he's got.
Oh, look at the challengers dig down deep, trying to feed off the adrenaline rush from the 30,000 fans here, yes, in his home country of Japan, and immediately Angle is able to turn it right back around on him.
You gotta wonder how many times Yuji Nagata can attempt to turn Angle over. I mean, every time he's been so close, Angle's been able to get it back, but now Nagata just trying to inch his way over to the ropes. You can see that Kurt holding on for everything he's got, trying to keep him in that middle. Nagata looks over at the ropes, but then the pain will happen, and he snaps back to Kurt. He's gonna try to break this here any second.
Nagata once again, trying to impress his countrymen, trying to reverse the figure 4 leg lock. You can see Nagata face to face with Angle, and Kurt continues to maintain the pressure, and there it is. There's the rope break for Nagata, the challenger.
You could see the determination on his face as he just gave it everything he had. He reached down, found something else, and then realized he was to the ropes, able to grab it and break it, but look at Kurt Angle. Pull him right back in the middle and work on that left knee again. Another wicked shot, and look at him apply the knee right to the leg of Yuji Nagata.
The determination of Nagata and the possible frustration of the champion Kurt Angle. He thought he had great ring positioning with that figure 4 leg lock, but Nagata was able to make it to the ropes and break. Now, back out in the middle of the ring. Angle drops down with all of his weight. The free leg of Nagata with a series of kicks to the back.
Then you can see right there going in for the armbar. Now look at him, pulling on the arm of Kurt Angle. He's got it stitched in, trying to make Angle tap out.
Oh, we're about to take a commercial break. New Japan referee Tiger Hattori waiting to see if Angle taps out. Look at the intensity on the face of the challenger, Yuji Nagata. Is Angle gonna tap? I don't think there's any question that Nagata, when he planned his game plan, his strategy for this match, he thought he would try and take advantage of that previously broken neck by the champion Kurt Angle, and that's why he's relied on this crossface as once again, Angle digging down deep to fight through the pain.
Watch his hand, though. You can see how close he is to tapping out. That hand so close, and now look at it. Now, Yuji Nagata has taken that right arm, and he's got it pulled back, and he's pulled Kurt onto his back.
Shoulders down!
Oh, so close.
At the same time, the challenger Nagata has to be frustrated because he's been on the verge of victory so many times, yet he can't force the champion Angle to tap out.
Oh, man, look at Kurt there. Oh, but again, nice counter before Kurt could get anything going. Yuji Nagata able to put him back, but you said it, Mike. These two warriors are so tired as they've gone so long, but shot after shot now. Oh, uppercut by Kurt Angle into the chin. And look at Nagata. Oh, nice elbow right to the head.
What a standing mid-ring exchange between Angle and Nagata. Exchanging forearm shots and punches. Big clubbing blow by Kurt, answered by Nagata. Angle unleashes the uppercut, and that time Nagata cut him off with a knee to the midsection.
The crowd getting louder and louder with each blow that Nagata hits, but Kurt Angle comes flying off the ropes, goes straight into Nagata there and puts him down, but Kurt, though, you can see he's trying to catch his breath, trying to get back on his feet. Who gets up to his feet first? It looks like Angle's got it, but Nagata's right there to meet him.
It was one. Oh, there it is!
Oh,
suplex
man.
Release. Again, Nagata for the pin.
Two.
Leg hook, no!
Oh, was that so close? It was almost like Kurt Angle didn't know which shoulder would be the easiest one to get up in time, and he almost caught himself having a pin down and just barely got the shoulders up in time.
The challenger Nagata back up to his feet first, measuring the champion Angle, and here he comes charging him into the kick. He was going for the fences, and Angle amazingly turns it into the ankle lock.
And look at this now as he's spinning around. He's got the ankle in hand, sitting on the back legs of Nagata, and he's got it put down hard. And where's Nagata gonna go from here?
Ankle lock applied. At the same time, he's got the leg grapevine. Oh, and Nagata now, it's his turn to fight through the pain.
You can see him. He's just doing everything he can. He's just trying to reach down and find anything that he can get, but look at Kurt. Kurt has got that leg, and he's pulling on it every chance he can. He twists it a little harder, and you can see that Nagata's running out of steam, and he taps out.
He taps, and Kurt Angle remains the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, in addition to being the TNA World's title holder. And what an accomplishment this is for Kurt Angle, to go halfway around the world, to go into the backyard of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and to defeat Yuji Nagata, their #1 contender, and retain the IWGP title.
Look at these guys, Mike. Both of them, they've been not just through a battle, they've been through a war. And you see Kurt Angle getting to his knees. It's almost like he doesn't even realize that it's over. And now he does. And he puts the hands up. And what a matchup. He said somebody was going to tap out tonight. And he was right. Yuji Nagata tapped out.
To a list of names that's like a who's who that Kurt Angle has defeated through the years. We're talking about everyone from Brock Lesnar to Steve Austin to The Rock to The Big Show to Samoa Joe to Sting. You can add the name Yuji Nagata.
You can see Kurt Angle looking over at Yuji Nagata. I mean, this was survival, Mike. When you think about both guys, as Kurt Angle makes his way, holds his hand out of respect, and you see him hugging. What a great sign as he raises the arm of Yuji Nagata.
And on that note, this concludes the 2008 kickoff for New Japan Pro Wrestling in front of 30,000 fans at the Tokyo Dome, as well as TNA's Global Impact. Ladies and gentlemen, this event in Japan featured TNA's Team 3D, the instant classic Christian Cage, the phenomenal AJ Styles, the Monster Abyss, Maple Leaf Muscle Petey Williams, one half of the IWGP World Tag Team Champions Tomko, the Steiner Brothers. But the name that grabs the headlines is the winner, the IWGP World Champion.
And now on TNA Xplosion, it's time for the Don West. You've got to be kidding me. Top 5 trending topics of the week in honor of the late great TNA Hall of Famer, Don West. At number 5, this is a last-minute reminder to get your tickets beginning tomorrow, Saturday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time via TNAWrestling.com for TNA Wrestling's return to Tampa, Florida. For the first time in over a decade, TNA is back in Tampa, and you can join us on Friday, August 2nd and Saturday, August 3rd for 2 nights of TNA Impact at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Again, tickets go on sale tomorrow, Saturday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time via TNAWrestling.com. At number 4, before we get to Tampa, Florida in August, be sure to join us in the Windy City in about a week's time. On Friday, June 14th, TNA presents Against All Odds live on TNA Plus in Chicago, Illinois. And on Saturday, June 15th, TNA Impact goes down at Cicero Stadium. Those tickets are available now via TNAWrestling.com. At number 3, the juggernaut Jordynne Grace has had a spectacular 2024, and this Sunday, she'll be competing once again in a WWE ring live in Las Vegas at NXT Battleground. The juggernaut, the reigning TNA Knockouts World Champion, will be challenging Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about Jordynne Grace's opponent this Sunday, Roxanne Perez in NXT, well, once upon a time, she competed against the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo right here in TNA Wrestling. You can watch it anytime on demand now on TNA Plus. At number 2, so many great events happening this summer for TNA Wrestling, including Slammiversary, which will be live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus on Saturday, July 20th at the historic Verdun Auditorium. And on Sunday, July 21st, TNA presents Impact in Montreal. It's TNA's first time ever doing live television in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And on top of that, the TNA Slammiversary opening weekend ticket sales were the most in 10 years in this company's history. The tickets are going fast. Limited quantities are still available at TNAWrestling.com. And at number 1, yes, once again, it's the juggernaut Jordynne Grace. She has been on a tear as of late, surprising Roxanne Perez and the entire WWE Universe weeks ago on NXT, battling Stevie Turner and winning this past Tuesday night on NXT. This Sunday, challenging for the NXT Women's Championship against Roxanne Perez live at NXT Battleground. And oh, by the way, at Against All Odds, Jordynne Grace will be holding an open challenge for her TNA Knockouts World Championship. Jordynne Grace is the history maker for a reason. You don't want to miss a second of what's happening with the juggernaut. Still to come, it's tag team action with Sinner and Saint battling the Good Hands. But coming up next, it's Around the Ring with Gia Miller starring Lars Frederiksen. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for Around the Ring with Gia Miller.
What's up, everybody? everybody. This is Around the Ring. As always, I'm Gia Miller, and today I am joined by a very, very, very special guest, Lars Frederiksen. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
My pleasure.
I know that you've got a lot going on with Jody and Spitfire and all the things. You have done a great job so far leading those ladies in the right direction. I think it's a pairing that, I mean, it was a natural pairing. You know, you've known Jody for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was one of the things that really brought me here. Is because for me, the best wrestling is authentic.
Yeah.
There's something real to it.
Absolutely.
And as when I was, became a fan as a young age, that's what really drew me in was these, what seemed to be real, authentic storylines, people. And so it was a no-brainer for me. It was kind of like, oh yeah, she's a punker. Like, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And there's certainly a lot of crossover when it comes to pro wrestling and punk.
Yes.
Pro wrestling's very punk.
Yeah.
Punk is very pro wrestling.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's like you were sort of outcasted when you got into punk rock, and even wrestling. I mean, how many people back in the day would never even admit that they were wrestling fans?
Yep.
There was a band that was called JFA, Jodie Foster's Army, back in the day, and they had a song about professional wrestling, and the chorus was, "It's not fake, you're just stupid."
Amen to that. I love that. I need that tattooed on my body somewhere. Well, okay, so you've loved it for a long time. I mean,
since I was 11 years old.
So who was the first? Who was the one that you saw and you were like, oh my gosh, I love this?
It was a tag team. It was Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas.
All right.
So they were a tag team, and then, of course, I mean, being in California, it wasn't until like the mid 80s where you started getting the NWA. Mm-hmm. We also got Mid-South at some point. We had Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, the WWF, the AWA, so you had all the promotions, you could see them, and even Polynesian Pacific Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's like, there was a lot there to consume, and on a Saturday and a Sunday, you had your days full,
Man, you got a little bit of everything.
I did.
Yeah.
And I started going to see it when I was pretty young live. So I got to see live AW. I mean, we had the Cow Palace because I'm a Bay Area guy. So I saw the AWA run that place. I saw the WWF. I saw Polynesian Pacific Championship at the San Jose Civic, I think it was. So it's like, it was always there for me.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. And because a lot of people are typically, they're confined to that market, to whatever they get.
That's
you
right.
really got a taste of everything. So I feel like your pro wrestling palate's very refined.
I would say so. I mean, because of us, obviously, we got the Lucha Libre there too.
Yes,
so
yes.
There was all kinds of styles. And I think what made it all kind of work for me is I love storytelling. And I mean, as a musician, that's kind of what you're doing in 3 minutes or whatever. You're telling a story in the song, and I've been cutting promos from the stage for 30 years. I just didn't know. Well, actually, I did know. I mean, honestly, when we played Madison Square Garden, the reason why I was so stoked is because that's where Snuka jumped off the top of the cage. So it's like, it's always been there for me.
Man, I love that crossover. And I experience that as well when we go to a venue. It's like, man, there's so much history in the places that we've been to, and then we get to be a part of it, creating that history and adding to that list. It's really, it's a very unique crossover, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's natural. And it's like you said, the best comes from that natural, from that real, authentic aspect of it.
Well, I think being a musician and touring, there's a lot of similarities that we're doing here that, it wasn't that, how would you say, far of a connection to make.
Sure.
Because, as a performer, as a musician, being on a stage, it's a physical job. It's definitely not taking bumps or whatever, but it's like, it's physical. You're telling a story. Sure. And you're trying to engage the crowd and bring them in and make them feel something. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot, and the travel. I mean, there's so many things that you can say. I mean, when Rancid first started playing, I mean, we were doing 6 nights on, 1 night off. We did that for 10 months for 20 some odd years.
Gosh.
So it's like we really learned how to do what we were doing, play together, become a better band. And it's like the same thing with wrestling. It's reps.
Yeah.
So.
And so now that's kind of your role with Spitfires is showing how to help them become a better team.
Well, I mean, that was the idea, is like make them a more cohesive unit. And I think, we're doing that job. And, I'm just stoked, I know it's kind of cliche to say I'm just stoked to be here, but I actually truly am stoked to be here because I've been a fan of this company for a long time.
Well, the honor is all ours. We are so happy to have you here,
Thank you.
part of our family here at TNA, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for you and for Spitfire. So,
Well, let's go.
on behalf of Gia Miller and Lars Frederiksen, this has been Around the Ring.
Up next, did you miss anything from Impact? No problem, as we'll get you all caught up. It's In Case You Missed It, next. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for In Case You Missed It. We know, scheduled for Against All Odds, the TNA World Champion Moose will defend his championship against broken Matt Hardy. What state is Hardy in after the assault by Moose last week? That remains to be seen. But also, Nick and his brother Ryan Nemeth are going to be challenging Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers of the System on Friday, June 14th, live on TNA Plus in Chicago at Against All Odds for the TNA World Tag Team titles. Ooh.
These repeated elbows. Oh!
Oh, wait a minute, go for the chicken wing. Kaz caught Nemeth.
What a counter by Kazarian.
Oh, look at this, trying to grapevine the legs around the midsection. Great control here of Nemeth. Nemeth, that right arm, trying to reach out for the bottom rope to break up the submission.
He's got to, Tom. He's got to get there. Otherwise, this is game over for the wanted man.
Frankie Kazarian could be a split second away from his TNA World title shot. Oh, and now it's Nemeth trying to get to the rope. Nemeth, can he stay alive? Yes! Nemeth breaks up the chicken wing.
Just in the nick of time. Much of the chagrin of Frankie Kazarian.
Kazarian, all of his frustrations, certainly has been eyeing the TNA World Championship for a long, long time. Does he trust the system? That remains to be seen. Wait a minute. Trying to set up for fade to black. Nemeth felt it coming.
Hell of a counter. Whoa.
Oh! Went for the super kick.
Wait.
Kaz took out his footing. Look at this. Our shoulders down and a bridge out. Look at this bridge out by Nemeth.
The strength, the neck strength of Nick Nemeth. That's that wrestling background coming back into play here.
I was maybe trying to set up for a backslide there against Kazarian. A stalemate here deep into the matchup. Oh, and Nemeth wins that fight. Shoulders down off the backslide and a kick out. Oh, and a super kick. Is it enough? Oh, and Kazarian stays in it.
And I mean, you saw, take a look, this super kick catching Frankie Kazarian, and then the wanted man just collapsing into the cover. Maybe not quite enough there, not hooking the leg, grabbing his own hand like he has been in previous covers. Not enough to get it done.
A matchup of two of the absolute best in all of professional wrestling. Oh, now wait a minute, he wanted the danger zone. Nemeth went for the danger zone. Kazarian felt it coming. Oh, and the guillotine leg drop there amongst the ropes.
And Nemeth just driven head first into the canvas, slumping off to the apron there. Nemeth is on Dream Street here. He is wobbly.
Oh, and the slingshot cutter by Kazarian. Cover. Nemeth is not going to go away.
Take another look. Look at the slingshot cutter from Kazarian. Almost gets it done, but not enough to put Nemeth away.
Think about the resolve of Nemeth, the controversy surrounding his TNA World title match with Moose at Rebellion, the way that the system took him out shortly thereafter, the way the system targeted his brother Ryan Nemeth.
And now, once again, Gaz, he wants that chicken wing bad.
Elbow strikes here by Nemeth in the corner, just trying to wear out Kazarian. Oh, Kazarian able to get out of the way. Sunset flip from the ropes, shoulders down, covering the kick out. Nemeth stays close and nearly won it there. Oh, big right hand.
The resilience of Nick Nemeth is something to be admired here, but is it enough?
Danger zone! Danger zone!
Can he get there?
Nemeth into the cover! Nemeth puts away Kazarian!
Here's your winner, Nick Nemeth!
What a main event worthy of the 20-year anniversary of TNA Impact!
Two of the best pro wrestlers to lace them up, no doubt about that. Frankie Kazarian has nothing to be ashamed of here.
A hell of a fight in the end. The danger zone was there. And Nick Nemeth able to put away the king of TNA. Now Nick Nemeth has a tall task ahead of him. He and his brother have never tagged together before. We'll get a taste of that next week on Impact as they face the ABC 24 hours before they challenge the system and Against All Odds.
Wait, look out.
Speak of the Devils, the TNA World Tag Team Champions, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards.
And Alicia Edwards out here as well to send a message loud and clear to Nick Nemeth.
The system earlier on tonight tried to make a deal with Kazarian to take out Nick Nemeth. Now here's his brother Ryan Nemeth to back him up. This is how big of a threat Nick and Ryan Nemeth are to the system.
Oh,
wait a minute. The face of the franchise, the TNA World Champion himself moves, blasting Ryan Nemeth from behind with the bell. And the same for Nick Nemeth.
The numbers are too much. The system works time and time again.
And a spear by Moose to Ryan Nemeth.
Both Nick and Ryan Nemeth. He calls himself the wanted man. It couldn't be more apropos, couldn't be more correct. He is wanted and in the sights of the TNA World Champion.
The system. Hold on a second.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry, who defeated Eddie Edwards last week in our main event, not gonna let the system run roughshod. Oh!
And Hendry picking a fight once again with the system. Oh!
Hendry, like Nemeth, stood in the way of the system's goals. Hendry and Nemeth not gonna back down. Oh, and Alicia Edwards striking Hendry.
Never turn your back on the system, any one of them.
Oh, now the world champion sparing Hendry.
And Myers, Edwards, Moose,
Oh!
and Alicia proving once again there is nobody who can stop the system.
Boston Knee Party.
Oh, Alicia Edwards not done. Or wait, look at this. Oh!
And a spear from Moose once again. If you stand in the way of the system, annihilation awaits.
I hope everybody laid out in the ring right now has learned that fact and learned it well, ahead of Against All Odds.
Last week, Moose thought he had broken Matt Hardy, but you cannot break what is already broken. Pain, trauma, it does not weaken a broken individual. It makes me more focused. It makes me more driven. It has unlocked a universe of broken brilliance. So next week on Impact, I invite you, Moose, and your family, the system, to come meet me and my family, yes, at the Hardy compound.
Up next, it's our Xplosion main event as newcomers Sinner and Saint, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams face Jason Hodge and John Skyler, the Good Hands, in tag team action. That's next on Xplosion. Welcome back, and now it's time for your Xplosion main event.
The following is a tag team match. Introducing first, the team of Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, Sinner and Saint.
We're set for tag team action here in the greater Cincinnati, Ohio area. This is Sinner and Saint. On the left, Judas Icarus, the Sinner. On the right, Travis Williams, the Saint. I cannot wait to see how this goes. Very exciting tag team out of Vancouver in Canada.
Their opponents.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! My name is John Skyler, and this is Jason Hodge. And we've been overlooked and underappreciated around here for far too long. Well, tonight that changes, because we're going to prove a point at the expense of the new kids on the block here. Because tonight we're going to prove a point, and you two ham sandwiches are going to lose to these good hands.
Oh my word, is he done?
Finally. So Jason Hodge and John Skyler, a team known as the Good Hands, they've picked their battles over the last few years here in this company and have pretty much leached on to anybody that'll help them get ahead. But right now they're into tag team action against Sinner and Saint. What do you know about Williams and Icarus?
I actually know a lot about these two individuals. They are tearing it up on the indies right now, and that's exactly why they're here. They've been taking over all of Canada, just building up a name for themselves, tackling on any tag team titles that they can find, and now here they are ready to make the name for themselves in TNA.
Had an opportunity recently on Impact against the Rascals. That went the way of Miguel and Wentz, who were up to their usual tricks in that matchup, and you can understand why they came away the winners. Meanwhile, this is Travis Williams to start things off. A tag mate, in comes Judas Icarus.
Calls himself the Van City Vulture.
Look at this. Oh, off the rebound. Drop kick right to the face. Nicely done by Sinner and Saint. Cover and a kick out.
These two, they work so well together, and I mean, they've already shown that so far, and they showed that in their match against the Rascals. They are not a team to be trifled with, to be looked over. Oh!
Big power slam there by Hodge. Feeling some damage there in the left arm, makes a tag to John Skyler, goes for the elbow. He's gonna be feeling it in his right arm. Sinner and Saint. Oh! Some efficient tag team work here, and it's very fitting, Gia, considering last night Impact celebrated the 20-year anniversary of our flagship show, TNA Impact, which began on June 4th, 2004, and ever since then, what a legacy of tag team wrestling we've seen in this company.
Man, 2004, what were you doing that year?
Oh gosh, I was in high school. I think I was a freshman. Oh my God, and a drop kick there. Sinner and Saint are rolling right now. Here's the cover, and Icarus cannot put away Skylar. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah. Old. Tag mate. It's no tag mate. It's Icarus, who's lighting up John Skylar.
And so were these two.
Wait a minute. Oh, and Jason Hodge opened up the rope while Skylar got the attention of the official. And now it's Hodge, the illegal man, making contact with a legal member of Sinner and Saint. Skylar has had the attention of the official. Obviously, Travis Williams ticked off. The official did not see the illegal contact. Tag made, and now Jason Hodge is legal. And Skylar and Hodge taking advantage of the temporary time for both combatants to be legal here, just teaming off on Judas Icarus. Speaking of tag team wrestling, we know that on Friday, June 14th, live on TNA Plus in Chicago at Against All Odds, it'll be the System defending their TNA World Tag Team titles against Nick and Ryan Nemeth.
A tag team since birth. I mean, it's hard. They say that the tag team with the most experience together typically has the better odds in their favor. If that's true, the System is they're going to have quite the fight ahead of them, because these Nick and Ryan have been tag team partners since day one.
Well, you're saying that, but they've never competed as actual tag team partners in a wrestling match. They're going to do that this coming week on Impact against the ABC for the first time ever. Here's the cover. Oh, and a kick out there by Icarus. I get what you're saying. Sure. They have that relationship, sure, but the actual application in the ring, it's going to happen for the first time ever in a TNA ring. A little flurry there for Sinner and Saint moments ago, and now Skylar taking a swipe there at Travis Williams. Oh, now Sinner with the cover, shoulders down. The official doesn't see it. Oh, and there's Hodge to turn it around. Now Skylar going for the cover, trying to pull the tights. Oh, and a kick out there by Icarus. Oh, huge clothesline by Skylar.
You said earlier that the good hands, they tend to leech on to whoever they can find.
Absolutely.
They did pay me a significant amount to say that they would like Mustafa Ali to call them back.
Skylar took a shot there at Travis Williams. That doesn't shock me. Oh, now look at this. Skylar had ticked off Travis Williams. That got the attention of the official, who did not see the tandem offense there.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Judas Icarus trying to recover here. The good hands have been nasty in this match. Jason Hodge, tag made. Hodge, who won TNA Gut Check back in 2022. Oh, and a big right hand there by Skylar. Back elbow here now, Judas Icarus trying to fight out of the good hands corner. Over the top, trying to get himself to Travis Williams. Needs to make a tag. Covered up. Oh! Skylar. Oh! Kicked right in the face there by Icarus, but a tag made by Hodge. Hodge getting in between Sinner and Saint, but it doesn't work out. In comes Travis Williams.
And now it's time for him to clean house.
Look at this. Oh, that was outstanding. The professional lariat by Travis Williams, and a forearm shiver in the corner. Oh, look out for Williams.
It's time.
Oh, beautiful drop kick right to the face and a kip up. Here's Skylar, and there's Icarus. Icarus dumping Skylar outside the ring. It'll be time for Up in the Clouds.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and the stunner. The setup, and there it is, Up in the Clouds, the bridge. Oh, Sinner and Saint can't put away the good hands just yet.
So close. I mean, incredible teamwork from this team right here.
Judas Icarus is legal. Jason Hotch is in trouble. Now they're looking to put away Hotch. Typically they go for angel swings with a huge kick to the head. But Skylar, holding up Williams, and that bought some time for Hotch. Tag made, Skylar's legal. The illegal contact by Skylar set up Hotch, and now the favor from the corner. Cover. And the good hands are gonna escape with a victory against Sinner and Saint.
Here are your winners, the Good Hands.
Well, you may not agree with their tactics, I certainly don't, but some great teamwork shown by the Good Hands here tonight.
Thank you for joining us here on TNA Xplosion on our way towards Against All Odds.